Everything that I have been saying on this channel is now becoming a reality to almost everyone across the world. Now, I want to play you this video before I continue to tell you what I'm talking about.
The U.S. has this week condemned worsening violence there and called on M23, a rebel military group made up of mostly ethnic Tutsis, to cease hostilities immediately. Ongoing skirmishes between M23 and Congolese government forces has caused thousands of civilians to flee toward the eastern city of Goma. Refugees have criticized Western nations for not doing enough to curb bloodshed in the region. The U.S. and the UN, meanwhile, blame neighboring Rwanda for supporting M23 in a bid to control the Democratic Republic of Congo's mineral resources.
Now, from that video, you can see that it is clear to everyone that the conflict in Kivu, the conflict that Rwanda is taking to Congo, is all about minerals. Rwanda is going to Congo because of a region called Rubaya, where there's these coltan mines, and they've been exporting these coltan mines since the year 2010. And they've been making a lot of money from stealing Congolese minerals and sending it to Qatar. Usually it leaves Kigali, goes to Dubai or Qatar, and from Qatar it goes to the rest of the world. Rwanda made $1 billion from exporting illegal minerals to Qatar in the year 2021. I showed you at the beginning of this conflict on their website, the RDB, that is the Rwandan Development Board, where they had the statistics saying that Rwanda was planning to build the largest coltan refinery. So refinery is like, instead of them exporting raw material, they were now going to start doing a little bit of refining these stolen minerals and exporting them as a final product to Western countries. So this product, or this refinery, was supposed to be constructed at the Rwandan Bugesera Free Zone, and this Rwandan industrial park called Bugesera was supposed to be constructed next to an airport they were planning to construct called Bugesera International Airport. And guess who was the financier of this airport and this Bugesera industrial park? It was the government of Qatar. The emir of Qatar came to Rwanda 3 times because of that. That was in the year 2021. And then Qatar, after Gisekedi sent troops to these mines in Bugesera, in Rubaya, to stop the flow of stolen minerals, Qatar was the ones that were inviting both Felix Gisekedi and Rwandan president to go to Doha, the capital of Qatar, to negotiate about the peace of this region. So people are asking, why is Qatar involved in what is happening in Congo? And why do they want to invite Paul Kagame and Felix Tshisekedi instead of inviting Felix Tshisekedi and the leaders of this M23? Because they knew that the conflict was about Rwanda sending their troops to Congo, and M23 are Rwandan troops in Congo fighting to liberate the territory of Goma, Sake, Mushaki, all the way to Rubaya, so that they can open up that road again and start, bringing those minerals to Rwanda and all the way to Qatar. So ignore the fake propaganda from the Rwandan Tutsi government, which keeps talking about FDLR and keeps talking about Tutsi people being killed in Congo. There's no one who is being killed by another in Congo because they are Tutsi. That is a big lie. This war is all about minerals. The war is about tantaram. Unless, of course, Paul Kagame wants to tell us that the other tribe called Tutsi is the tantaram minerals. This stealing of Congolese mineral and taking it to Qatar got so serious to a point that even Uganda started stopping and arresting trucks, hundreds of trucks that were carrying illegal stolen Congolese minerals through their territory. You remember there was that time Uganda stopped these, there were 20 trucks owned by this company called Spedag. Spedag is a company that was set up by the friends of Paul Kagame, as logistic companies in East Africa, but the fact is these white people are interested in only transporting storing minerals. So these trucks were stopped at Katuna border, and you know what happened after that? Paul Kagame cut diplomatic relations with Uganda and closed the border between Uganda and Rwanda for 2 years, I think 3 years, because of the minerals. Uganda and Rwanda could not, allow their citizens to cross the borders for 3 years because of Uganda stopping storing minerals that were coming from Rwanda. That is what happened. And now, I want to show you the other side of this conflict. It's that it's hurting a lot of people, my people, because I am a Bantu. Most Congolese people, 99% are Bantus. They are my relatives. And that's why, by the way, I make these videos to fight for my people, right? So we have more than 1 million people living in camps, in these tiny houses constructed from paper bags. So they are tents, they are kind of tents, and they are refugee tents. They are in Goma. More than 1 million people displaced by Rwandan troops because they want to access the minerals. And people keep telling Felix Tshisekedi to negotiate with Rwanda. In other words, you are telling the president of Congo to allow Kagame to continue stealing minerals in Congo and take these minerals to Qatar and Europe. That's what you are telling him. He cannot do that. And you are telling him to negotiate with M23, which we know are Rwandan troops. How can you negotiate with the troops of another country that is invading you? It doesn't work that way. So today we have 1 million people. I'm going to show you in another video that talks about it. And since the conflict last month, we have close to 200,000 people who have left Sake and have constructed makeshift refugee camps along the highway that connects Goma and Sake. Hundreds of tiny houses constructed along that highway by people who have left Sake because Rwandan troops are dropping mortar shells and bombs on their homes. These are terrorists. The invasion there has nothing to do with rebels fighting for their rights. This is terrorism from the neighboring country, sending their troops to Congo to terrorize Congolese citizens. The Rwandan Defense Force is a terrorist organization.